go, they'll be on my land. My land. We're here and we're gonna stay here. Give me 10 years and I'll have that brand on the gates of the greatest ranch in Texas. Big house will be down by the river and the corrals and the barns behind it. It'll be a good place to live in. 10 years and I'll have the Red River D on more cattle than you've looked at anywhere. I'll have that brand on enough beef to feed the whole country. Good beef for hungry people. Beef to make them strong, make them grow. It takes work, and it takes sweat, and it takes time. Lots of time. It takes years. Well, we've had our 10 years and more.
About 14.
Near to 50. We've got the cattle. Thousands of heads of good beef. And there as they stand, there isn't a head worth a plugged 3-cent piece.
3-cent piece? Why, that's more silver money than I've seen since the war.
That's right. It all happened while you were away, Matt. More cattle than a man could gather elsewhere in 2 lifetimes. And I'm broke. Unless we can move 'em, I'm broke.
I figured that's why I rounded him up.
I'm not gonna take it hunched back like the rest around here. There's no market for cattle in Texas.
And there ain't.
Then I'll take them where there is a market. It means driving them 1,000 miles.
Missouri?
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
And you two been doing a lot of figuring. While you were at it, did you figure out the best way to get them there?
Which trail to take? Yeah. San Saba, then Meridian, then along the Brazos.
That's the long way around.
Along the Brazos, then up Palo Pinto.
I said that's the long way.
I know it's a long way, but there's good water up, clear all the way up to the Red.
Yeah, but going that way, why, we get 2 extra crossings.
You're not going. How do you know
I'm
the water?
not.
No, you're not. How do you know the water's good?
I let it patrol that way.
Well, what, you think it's worth?
Me going on this here drive.
You think it's worth? What are you mumbling about? Where are those tortillas Matt brought you?
In my pocket.
Well, why don't you use them?
Because they whistle. I use them for eating.
Can't understand you.
Everybody else can.
Well, what did you say?
I said there's a lot of things you don't know about, Mr. Dunson.
What?
First off, about me going on this here drive.
Go ahead.
It's 1,000 miles to Missouri, ain't it?
That's right.
You figure me and my bad leg couldn't ride a horse yet?
That's it.
Well, it might be I could ride a chuck wagon.
We've already got a cook.
That is right, Mr. Dunson. But might be old Cookie might not like grubbing the trip all that way. You heard me good that time, didn't you? Well, I might be able to persuade him. It might be just the time of year when old Cookie like a change of scenery could be persuaded. It might be they're already persuaded because he up and quit this morning.
Well, then it might be we can persuade you to drive the chuck wagon.
Might be, Mr. Dunson. Might be.
It's a pretty nice gun you're scratching those matches on. How is your gun arm?
Well, I've been using it a lot in the last few years.
Get me my horse, will you, Matt?
Yeah.
You know what? Funny thing about guns.
Ah! I haven't heard that in a lot of years.
He beat you. You knew it was
Sure
coming, and he
did,
beat you.
Mickey.
You say he's just a little faster, just a mite faster.
Matt, draw up a map of that country we were talking about. No.
It's on your desk.
Might faster about a lot of things. I'll see you later.
You know, Matt, that's the first time in 1 year I'd see the grin on his face, except the other day when you come home.
Didn't you see anything else?
Huh?
The look on his face when he was talking about the cattle. He's afraid.
Afraid? Why, you're crazy. You're loony.
Am I?
Oh, sure. I'm scared, too. But I've been here watching and seeing and
Seeing what?
seeing a man fighting. Fighting with his soul and gut to hang on to this place. 14 years of it. It cost him dear, too. Cost him a woman. The only woman he ever wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew about that. Cost him the killing of them 7 graves. Men that tried to take the place away from him. But that wasn't hard. Not that.
No, he knows that kind of fighting. What else?
And then come the war while you was away. He learned a lot of things for himself. He learned that a ranch ain't only beef, but it's money. But the war took all the money out of the South. He didn't know about money, Matt. He never had none. He didn't know what to do.
You mean he just doesn't know who to fight?
Yep.
That's all right.
He's just been waiting for you to head the herd north now. Drive, a fool drive has never been done before. 10,000 head of cattle clear to Missouri.
We could make it.
Well, man, I'm glad you come home, because, well, I'm glad you come